Welcome back to the Delaware Way. The tourism people in Delaware have come up with a unique way of discovering Delaware this summer, or I guess all year round. They are called Discovery Trails, and here to talk more about that is Linda Parkowski, who is Director of Tourism for Visit Delaware. Thanks so much for being here. What's a Discovery Trail?
Well, Larry, they're interlocking, connected tourism attractions that were developed and put together to attract visitors, and they are centered around a certain theme.
So it's not like the regular trails that you would go hiking on?
No, but there are some of the regular trails that you would go hiking on in the outdoor trail. But most of the trails are you visit attractions or sites that are centered around a certain theme, for instance, history. If you enjoyed history, you could visit the top 34 historical sites in Delaware. And once you visit a certain amount of them, we send you a really nice prize.
Really?
Yes.
And so you go to the website to sign up for this? Is that the idea?
Yes. You go to visitdelaware.com, and depending on what your interest is, we have a trail that's culinary based, we have one that's history based, we have an outdoor trail, we have a geocaching trail, and then we've just expanded.
I'm waiting for it.
The beer, wine, and spirits trail.
That's the one that everybody seems to gravitate to right away. Now, there's some interesting parts about that. But first of all, describe what it is, and then I'll ask my questions.
Okay,
go ahead.
No problem. So you go to our website, visitdelaware.com, decide what you're interested in, and then you click on that site, and you give us your information, you download a passport, and the passport gives you a guide. You decide at your own pace and where you would like to go, how many sites you want to visit. When you go to a site, there's a sign there, and it will have a code number on it. Once you complete X amount of sites on each trail, you send that into our office, and we send you a really nice prize.
Now, I want to talk specifically about the beer, wine, and spirits trail. How many sites do you stop at, and do you have to drink at every site?
No, you don't have to drink. You need to complete for that trail 10 sites throughout the state. And there are now 24 sites on the beer, wine, and spirits trail. We started off and it was just breweries and wineries. Now we have since added distilleries, cideries, and meaderies to the trail.
Microbreweries have become huge in this state. I'm sure that's what you're getting people to go look at, right?
It's extremely popular throughout the country and in our state. And we're really fortunate in Delaware. We have one of the most popular breweries in the country, with Dogfish being located in Delaware.
So they're all not right next to each other, so you're expecting people to drive from brewery to distillery to winery. You see the problem with that, right?
Well, we don't expect them to drive. Usually, from what we hear, there's either a designated driver, and each site will give that designated driver soda, water, coffee, whatever they would like. And now there is the Delaware Brew Bus. So you can book a tour with the Delaware Brew Bus and see the sites in the comfort of a really nice limousine type vehicle. And you get snacks and a little bit of information. And the Brew Bus works in Kent County, and then there's another tour bus in Sussex County.
The history of Delaware, talk about some of the things that are on that. That seems fascinating to me.
Well, it is fascinating, and we consulted with the top historian in Delaware when we put together this history trail. And things like Barrett's Chapel are on there, where, you know, the start of Methodism in the country started here at Barrett's Chapel. There are so many historical sites along the way. Old Swedish Church is there. Christiana the Fort is on the trail, and there's just 34 really interesting sites along the way. And people are extremely interested in history across the country. So we find that the history trail is our second most popular trail.
It seems like, what's the first?
Beer, wine, and spirits, Larry. Come on.
Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, but the history one, I would think that, you know, when the kids are off for the summer, that's something that the schools should get them to do, to learn more about the history in their own backyard. Do you have schools that are interested in that?
We do have schools that are interested in that, and we do provide, when you complete that trail, we do provide a really nice book that has the story and the history of the top 50 historical sites in Delaware.
Well, it's a tremendous idea, and best of luck with it. Just real quick, the other trails are, again?
Outdoor, which has 44 sites throughout the state, and you can bike, walk, canoe, or kayak, and enjoy those activities. And then we have culinary and geocaching.
Oh, that's great. And how do you, now, one more time, people go and they have to get a passport. They go to what site?
VisitDelaware.com.
What a great way to spend the summer with the family. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Or with your friends, with a couple of those. Thank you so much.
Thank
Linda
you.
Parkowski, Director of Tourism for Visit Delaware. Maybe somewhere on one of those, the culinary one, is Delaware's only gluten-free cafe. We'll talk more about that when the Delaware Way continues.